Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of Scabies. I hope you all enjoy this, but first of all, let me ask you to please like and subscribe, also link on the down in the comments below. In addition to the description, there's links to my Twitch and Discord, Twitch for lectures and Twitter updates and videos and others, and Discord to hang out and chat with me. And now that we have that quickly out of the way, because I'm kind of peeved, because I started recording and realized my mic was not on, so we've done a little bit on camera that isn't going to be shown in the video to illustrate. So I've got the Everlasting Guilty Pool with a spark on it. Now these will never empty, and this will never empty as well. Today's setup is essentially as good as it can get. I also got the creative energy cube. Sadly, I did not get to show that on camera. So quest-wise, in addition, I've also, oops, don't know why it's there. Finished these tab. I've just kind of gone through off camera. I have all of these. I just hadn't touched the combs for a lot of them because I had the system automated. And of course, since we did two things here, we finished creative tab. So all we have left now, I also worked on this refined storage stuff. I did this off camera. This wouldn't have been shown on the video, so you didn't miss out, I think. It's not very exciting. I essentially just used my 4 creative drawers over here with the infinite vending upgrades in them. Oh wait. Oops. Well, doesn't really matter. I just used it with the creative vending upgrade in it to generate as much of each of the things as we need, and we just kind of went through the steps, got there. The only thing we have left to do for storage parts is the infinite storage part, which I think I have everything for. We just have to craft it. But first I want to set up our remove our old school cobblestone setup. Also remove, we could just leave this because it's just going to be creative energy cube going into it and then loading us down stuff. And this hasn't, unless we hasn't, I should probably look, does this have an infinite input output setting? I should check that. I didn't think about that. If it's got an infinite in and out, then we just want it right plugged in. Nope, that does not work. That's supposed to give you that. Never mind. Just in case. I don't know if you can break the creative storage cell. Oh, you can. Sometimes creative storage cells and things like that you can't break. So the creative one, set it somewhere pretty nice, and then that'll just fill up, and then we just need to remove that weird bit of platforming we had, get some cobblestone to finish that off. And then we just, that's like it's never been there. This is all set up. Put all this stuff in our computer because I don't really need it. Ever again, really? Don't really need the one either. So next step is kind of the last quest in the book, if we can finish it today, which is infinite storage part, and then making that into a disk. And the disk is going to be the hardest part, because the storage part, I think I have, as you can tell, since I was able to generate an infinite amount of these storage parts. I don't remember exactly which ones we need, but let's see if this will do it. Oops. We're missing a 1K storage part. I thought we had it. We have one. Oof, we don't have to craft a 1K store. That'd be kind of sad. Alright, infinite storage part. Get. Now comes the complicated part. So, leaves us one quest. Single quest to rule them all. And that is the infinite storage disk, which requires us to make 3 storage housings, which are easy enough. We should some quartz rust iron. Quartz. Got enough of that. Redstone, sharp stack. Oops. Well, that didn't make the video too weird. I just hit the full screen button a couple times. And then this needs vibrant quartz glass. Uses of that. Making vibrant. Where's the vibrant quartz glass? There we go. Let's make a piece of it. And we'll use our new and fancy things to make 1,000 of it. Stack. We have our thing over here. Lock the recipe. Put that in there. Just let it pump out. I should probably. So, if you didn't see last time when I was making the creative storage thing, I pumped all of my upgrades in here to try and get us as fast as possible. But, you know. So, hard part of this. It's not so much the stuff like the steel plates. I think we actually have steel plates that I made for something a long time ago. Yeah, we have 3 steel plates. The glass, we just made a bajillion of it. These, we already have the 3 of those we need. I'm just going to keep crafting because we're going to work on something else for the moment. But we have pretty much everything for it, aside from one particular thing we need, which is biodiesel. That being kind of a pain to get. So we need to make a refinery. To get Planto, we need a squeezer. And I think a fermenter with some kind of fruit to get something else. Point being, I need to do a little bit industrial foregoing that we didn't. I don't remember ever having to do anything in. I mean, I remember an industrial foregoing tab. I don't remember having to do anything like that in it. Did we make those machines? And I just don't remember. No, we really just did like the energy generation and some kind of, I guess, end game. Yeah. So we need to make those machines. So I need my immersive engineering hammer. First of all, to build machines, and that book to do this. And I need heavy machines, not simple machines. So we need a fermenter, squeezer, and refinery. Okay, this needs steel scaffolding, light engineering blocks, heavy engineering blocks, iron sheet metal, redstone engineering blocks, and fluid pipes. Okay. The steel scaffolding. Oh, this is the stuff made from 2 stacks of rods. I'm gonna make a stack of everything it asks me to make. 2 stack of steel scaffolding. Okay. Iron sheet metal. I think this is plates. Iron plates. So we need iron. 4 stacks of iron turned into plates. Let me make sure this is not set to make gears. Gears. Plates. Okay. While that's running, it's kind of automated. Let's make some other stuff if we can. So we need to make plates. These. Oh, these are iron plates as well. Okay, great. Redstone engineering blocks. I don't remember how hard these are. No, they're not bad. I made 10. I don't think I'll need that many, but engineering blocks. We need some of the light ones. Iron sheet metal again. We need more iron plates than I thought we needed. Make another stack. was gonna be so complicated just to do the final, like, what should be simple quest. Container made. Made a wrench. So I need to drain the cyclic cable of the stuff that's in it. We have everything to make the storage component thing. And now we're just waiting on a bunch of plates to be made. I think we work backwards, so we make the the refinery first. So we need light engineering blocks, heavy engineering blocks, iron sheet metal, and some fluid pipes. So I say we take three sets of those. Iron sheet metal, we'll make a stack of it. We won't have enough for a stack, we'll make half a stack. A little over half a stack, right? Engineering. The heavy one, we need these more. Stack of those. Okay. Alright, so I hate setting up these machines, but we gotta do it. So it's gonna be sheet metal, sheet metal. I want to get it in a position where I can have it just go straight in. And then we need pipes all along this. Pipes all along here. And what the heck is that? What don't I have? Oh, that's just the block you click on. Okay. So those are probably the heavies, and then the lights are in the back, right? Heavy light. 4x4s of sheet metal, and then a redstone sheet. Oh, no. Yeah, 4x4s. Cobblestone to replace the cobblestone I just broke. And then we can put our final touch on this one, which is that, and then I need the hammer to hit it. And now it's good. So that's our output, and these are both inputs. So I need some cable, some fluid cable to go out of this one and into the other one. Okay. Where's the energy input? It's right there. Points. Doing this the most, like, creative way possible, the least amount of actual work. Now we're going to need fermenter and distiller, I think it is called. Squeezer and fermenter, sorry. This one takes steel scaffolding, wood engineering blocks, redstone engineering block, iron sheet metal. So I think these are designed to be built kind of like, not connected to each other, but very close to each other. At least that's my understanding. We only have 2 more of these. I need more of those. We need cauldrons. Redstone engineering block. Cauldrons. Do we have any cauldrons? We do not. Okay, so let's go craft the cauldrons we need, and then we'll move on from there. Cauldron. Oh. Cauldrons, cheap metal. That's it. That's easy enough. And then I think it's that block. Yep. Okay. Cool. And then we need some more flock points for this. And we're gonna need to move this so that it does that. Bash, bash. And connect it to our network. And now it's getting full power. Just need to give it the resources it needs, and we need to figure out what our last sort of really at all anymore. And then we have the fermenter and the squeezer. Squeezer needs a piston, steel fences, wooden barrels. So it's almost the same starting structure as the, give it 2 blocks distance. Yeah, I want to make this symmetrical. Not that it matters. Alright, we need the barrels, we need the light engineering, we need the steel and a piston. Do we have pistons in it? We do. We need the, oops. We need the barrels. Barrels. Can you make slabs? Alright, I'm gonna do the quickest thing possible, which is just go over here and go boop. Oh, we have all treated wood in the world. Boop. And we need to make more. We need to make 4 barrels. Some steel fences. Steel fences. It's enough, exactly enough actually. And then we need some machine frames. Machine. Or this block. Need one of those. One crafting recipe worth that. Okay, and bish, bish, bish. I hate when it does this. Oh. done. Our scaffold done. Really hope that works. I don't think it will. I think it needs rotated, and I don't know how we're supposed to rotate it the proper way because I can't seem to find anything that will rotate it the proper way. At least not in the tool set that I have. Because I'm pretty sure this is not going to form. Yeah, it's not going to form until I rotate that the proper way. Okay, make sure I have all the parts in there. It looks like it so far. Yeah, all the parts are in. I just have this the wrong way around, and I can't seem to fix it. It should not be the hard part of this. Should be rotatable. This one does rotation. Maybe it will work. Nope, that's just... Nope, it's not letting me rotate. Do I need to legitimately break this thing and go in down here to get it to go? The process is probably still going to go the wrong way. Oh, nope, finally went the right way. That's stupid. That's irrational and irritating. There we go. Throw a flux point on it. Select our network. There we go. It's ready to go. I just need to throw some glue pipes on it so that it'll go the right place. And now I need to figure out what stuff needs put into each of these to get what I want out. So let's clear the inventory of everything that's not necessary, which is that stuff. Okay. So the crafting recipe, just this, that, and that. Okay. Let's think about this. So, melon seeds, pumpkin seeds, beetroot seeds, hemp seeds are the best source of plant oil that I can get. I need what I need. I think I need plant oil and ethanol. Ethanol we get. And then I need to figure out what the best. So we're using industrial hemp seeds. And then what's the best source in here? Apples. A ton of apples. We can have even more. Let's load this thing down with apples, the fermenter that is. That's the squeezer, fermenter gets loaded with apples. And I need a hopper. Just gonna throw a hopper on here and make it. Give it a little bit extra. Okay, that's going in. I need my hemp seeds. Plenty. That one's also going to get a hopper so that I can load this. And then go to my thing. Seeds. Pull what's left out. Put it in there. This is going to make me biodiesel. Hopefully this is working. Oh yeah, it's coming in hot and fast. Okay. Oh, it's actually already done. Okay. It's already made me the advanced storage housing. Let me make sure there's not another quest that I'm forgetting before I just craft this and hope that it's the end of the quests. So, all the other tabs are done. Find storage. It's just this quest, which is just to make that. Okay. And unceremoniously, let's craft an infinite storage cell. All chapters completed. That's right. We have finished this pack. This is like a kind of an average length episode, but we're finished. Pack's over. Everything's been done. We now have infinite creative a lot of things. It's kind of cool. I mean, they have infinite mana. This other thing is when you get to points and I find this in all these packs, and I don't really like to review the pack after I've done it. But you get to this point and it's like, yeah, cool, I have infinite source of something. But now I don't have a use for it because the pack comes over. Yeah, I don't like that so much. I will say, on my kind of normal scale packs, this is not a particularly challenging one. I will say that there is some jank in mechanics that I think, I know there's SCFs too, by this point probably. Actually, there is. Things I find janky in this pack. For some reason, when you're using this, if you're centrifuging stuff and it can't go anywhere, it will feed it back in to the top. So you'll be centrifuging like steel bars because it couldn't put the steel bars anywhere. So that's a little janky. These pipes, the item pipes and the fluid pipes and everything from Click, not a bad mechanic. I wish they had better filtering features and stuff, but maybe I just don't understand their filtering features. So I'm not going to say that's my biggest gripe with them. That's probably my biggest gripe with the pack, though, is the lack of automation support for things. Like, these pipes are, with this is such a crude automation, and yeah, see, you can see it here where it's just backed up into the thing. It's such crude automation, but not only is it crude automation, it just doesn't work very well. Like, anytime the pack updates, and this may not be the cyclic mod maker's fault, this may just be artifact of how the mod is made or something. These pipes, even if they still look like this, will stop pulling, and these will back up, and essentially fill with stuff, and you can't do anything with them until you have to break them all and place them again, which is very irritating. You have to do a bunch of times. Other than that, I like the fact that it has automation capabilities that come from all the mods that you normally use for automation, like ME, and I think maybe if I would have focused on ME automation rather than the automation I did, it would have been better off. I like that they've well integrated, at least in my opinion, they've well integrated the match mods, kind of making them integral to the pack in a way that a lot of times they don't, because sometimes it just feels like kind of a hassle to do certain mods, and I'm not going to say it was fun. Like, I've done Bathania too many times at this point to enjoy it. Same goes for Blood Magic and Astral Sorcery. It's been kind of like a constant in packs of this generation of packs, especially the challenge packs. So yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm like, oh my gosh, I love doing those mods 500 times, and honestly, a lot of the mods I'm a little tired of. Mechanism is always kind of nice, a little refreshing mod. It generally goes pretty quickly, because once you start automating stuff, Mechanism, it just speeds up exponentially. Though I didn't find the need, like I usually do, to get this all fully automated to the point where I can just craft it from the computer, because there really isn't that, like, when you look at the actual different areas of the pack, it's not a lot of work to get through the different quest tabs until you get to, like, this monsters tab. I like the idea, don't like the implementation. It feels really grindy and not very fun. Feels like there should maybe be like, I don't know, like, either make it less mobs or just count the number of mobs you killed of each type, and then have like some extra rewards, or maybe don't make it a whole quest tab. It's just that. Dimensions, kind of standard stuff. The creative stuff, I wish there was more creative stuff, because I feel like when you get to you get to a point where you have some tier 4 apiaries, you can really do a lot without ever getting the creative stuff. so I feel like the creative stuff could be more impactful. I also feel like will say, so as a final comment about creative stuff before I move on to a couple other things I want to talk about, is that they were far less janky than I've seen in other packs. For example, not this one, like the energy cell, creative energy cell in this was far easier and far more intuitive to make than a lot of packs. Like the MBT had problems that you usually run into with putting all these in here. Didn't really happen. They had like a set MBT state of completely uncharged at their setting in the pack. In whoever had created, when the mod maker created the recipe. I'm good with that. I like that. I feel like that's intuitive. And also prevents you having to do like 1,000 hours of work charging a bunch of cells just so you put them in. So, that's kind of my review of this pack. I'd say it's probably an intermediate pack. It's not the most beginner friendly. It doesn't give you all the hints and tips in advance, and it definitely plays to a lot of the mechanisms of newer Minecraft stuff that even I don't know very well. Like using them pretty heavily. If I was to leave any one major source for improvement, it would be to prevent this. Since once you get flight, you can go out to this, which is not very far beyond the boundary. I don't think it's a world loading issue, or maybe, I guess it definitely has to be a world loading issue, but I don't know what caused the world loading issue. And then maybe it's just me. I've not seen anyone else who has the problem, so I think that one's more a me problem. Other than that, I'd say it was a solid pack. I enjoyed myself. I wish they would add some more, like I said, automation options, and maybe a little bit more endgame, but all in all, pretty good pack, and I hope you all enjoyed this playthrough. We're not going to be doing Minecraft, actually kind of at all, for the next run of Toon Series B's tour is actually coming to an end too. We're on a rage inducing boss, but we'll get through it. And yeah, so with that, I think we're going to go down to one series. You'll get 2 episodes a week, because I've been wanting to replay a game that I played on stream a long time ago, because it's got what I understand to be its final release now, and that's Raft. So I think we're going to go to 2 episodes a week of Raft for a little while until I find some other games I want to add to the channel. And if anyone has suggestions or games, I generally try to keep this channel more survival focused games, but if there's an interesting game you want to see that's maybe not so survival focused, maybe it's a little bit more story based and stuff, I'm willing and open to that idea. I just feel like survival games fit my style of content best. So yeah, if you guys have any recommendations for games or things you'd like to see, just shoot them down in the comments. And alright guys, now that I've talked for 10 minutes, have a good day guys, and goodbye.